Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the Sim 500 Esports Racing Series, sponsored by SnapMobile.com. We want to thank Snap Mobile for their awesome sponsorship for this season's Sim 500 Esports Racing League Truck Series. Get ready for the 5G that is closer than you think. Verizon's 5G wireless technology will be the first in the market in the U.S. with both fixed and mobile versions, which is pretty awesome. 5G means faster downloads, superior video streaming, and opens the door for a host of immersive experience using virtual and augmented reality. Wireless Auto has a number of 5G ready phones to support this advanced technology revolution. We are live here from Daytona. We are Trackside Racing Network. I am Adam Chapman. Alongside me here tonight is a very good one when it comes to racing Daytona and super speedways in general is Derek Pemberton. Derek, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, we're here starting of another season for these guys, and we start off with one of the greatest races of the season. So tonight, I believe we're just knocking out the duels tonight. So to some, this race don't mean nothing, but in all honesty, this is where you get the most information, get you ready for the big race.
Things are a little bit behind here on our end and on those leagues, and we actually had to load into a new session, so everything's still loading up on our end. That's why we haven't went to big screen yet. Qualifying is coming up here in about 4 minutes or so. Of course, the first two, first and second place, will automatically be first and second for the Daytona race next week, which is very interesting. And then, of course, our duels will set the rest of the field. Looking over here at the field limit right now, I'm not sure how many guys we actually got in here. Everybody haven't put in a lap yet, but we got quite a few guys in here, and there's some big names. Daniel Falkingham, of course. I was looking a little bit earlier. Trey Edison. I hope I pronounced that name right. Probably butchered it. Maybe Odson. Anyway, Trey, of course, the 2019 and 2020 Sim 500 Truck Series champion. And sorry about that. I was actually fixing my cord again, Derek. I had to do that. So, of course, one of the Derek, when it comes to truck racing, you're actually a big fan of the trucks, and honestly, what could arguably, oh my God, say the word, Adam.
Arguably.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tough words, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
What could be said about it, honestly, could be harder to drive than the Cup cars now.
Yeah, and that's even true even to here, because these trucks are on edge, and we've already seen that here in the practice. Leading up, to qualifying and the race. These trucks are loose, and they some guys are having a little bit of trouble hanging on to them, especially coming off the corner, which is what you normally see in the Daytona 500 Cup cars. We're seeing a lot of that in here tonight. So that's actually one thing that we will definitely want to be keeping an eye out on, because it's not the guys on the bottom that are going to be the problem. It'll be the guys up in that second, and I've even seen it tonight, potentially even the third lane.
Yeah, and of course, we know, Derek, you've had experience with this, especially at Daytona and Talladega. Third lane usually is, honestly, the best lane to go in. A lot of people don't tend to go there because it can cause a big wreck, and especially here on iRacing, a lot of people don't do it at Daytona with the turn so narrow, but it can be done. We'll see if that happens tonight. Practice right now, of course, you guys can see who's on top of the board. Ralph Vander. I'm not going to butcher your last name. Sorry, sir. Actually, my name's just too long to even fit on my screen. Ralph Vander. Yep, not going to butcher that. So, there you go. He's on top of the board right now. Daniel Falkingham, Tommy Ryan. Of course, you can watch Tommy Ryan. He actually races Thursdays as well, as the checker flag waves here. And that flagman's waving a piss out of the checkered flag here at Daytona. He goes to town when he waves the flag, that is for sure. But you can see Tommy tomorrow night as well. He runs in the Red Sox Racing Series that we will be covering our season opener as well. Again, back with, I think it's now our 4th or 5th season with them guys. So looking forward to being that. Qualifying, set to begin. Derek, tell us how you qualify here, because there is a art to qualifying first. And that's probably the wrong person to ask
yes,
about
there
this.
is. Yeah, and you knew good and well asking me this question. I absolutely suck at it. I don't know. There's just something about qualifying here that I can do everything else at this racetrack, but I cannot qualify. So there's definitely a trick to it. That, or I'm just overthinking it. But to me, I really think there's a trick to qualifying here. But The one good thing is though, it don't really matter where you qualify. It really don't,
Yeah. Yeah, some
because
guys
I mean, you
prefer to
could
start
start.
direct. Me.
Normally, I do,
Yeah.
and normally you do. But the last time that you said, "Oh, we should start in the back," a wreck never happened, and we fell
Look,
multiple laps down.
sometimes Chad Dowse gets things wrong. Okay?
Well, that's why we finished third in the 500. Anyway,
Yeah, thank you.
um,
Oh, man. So we are coming to the green flag right now, watching Rich Jetta coming to the green flag lap, and at number 36, Chevrolet Silverado. Of course, on that first lap, you're going to run the high line all the way around until you get to your white flag lap, and you're going to basically just ride the yellow all the way around. And that's the way you qualify. I mean, there's nothing special about qualifying, honestly, here, but there is a secret to it, like Derek mentioned. He can't do it. I usually qualify okay. But it's not for everybody. Everybody's not great. Yeah, everybody's not great at qualifying these places. Like, I'll be honest, I can't qualify at other tracks, but I can qualify decent here for some reason. So, it is what it is. Anyway, let you guys know about some upcoming things here on Trackside. Make sure you follow us. We are live right now on Twitch, Facebook, and over on YouTube as well. We appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit the subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Follow us. We're like 20 people away or so from reaching 1,000 followers over on Facebook, which is awesome. So we appreciate that. But yeah, make sure you do that. Glenn Campbell right now on top of the board. Here's Robert Gillenwater, probably going to jump up here as well. Pretty good. He does move up, it looks like, to the top of the board here so far in qualifying. Now we'll start seeing the faster times coming in now that they're on their second lap. So we'll keep an eye on it here as cars are out there. Here's Doug Sigmund in the number 7 truck. I'm sorry, in the 04, currently 7th on top of or now 8th, just got knocked back. Qualifying tonight, what is the duel? 30 laps each. So pit stops, I don't think we'll have unless we need to, caution wise. If they're running 100% fuel, which I'm not sure 100% on that, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. So here we go. Qualifying is starting to roll in now. We'll start seeing some names jump up to the top of the board through as we look. TJ DeBlassie, I hope that's how you say it. DeBlassie, yep. That's how you say his name. I like that last name. Justin Fuller. Joey qualifies in 8th into 14. Who else is out there? Ryan Howard, not the baseball player. Currently in 18th. Jumping back a little bit here. Here's Jeff Ryan in the 3 truck, the iRacing truck. He is actually qualified right now. Chad Coleman, Tommy Ryan on top of the board. Here for this season, of course, next week. We will be live from Daytona, March 24th, and then we really get the season started March 31st from Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is one of my favorites. And then we go to Bristol Motor Speedway for some dirt racing. That's going to be fun. Looking forward,
I'm still on the fence about it.
Well, you're not going to be on the fence after next week, sir. Just saying.
I really am. But I guess that's just me.
You probably will be. Knowing you, you're like the... I don't know. Anyway, here comes Jeff Ryan to the start-finish line. See if he can jump up, look for a 52-2. He does not get it, but he does qualify in what looks to be a solid P6 for Jeff Ryan. So a good qualifying effort there. Might be about it. Here's Trey Edison, the last year's season champion. He is on his final lap, it does appear. Of course, it does. Tyler Dalton jumps up to the top of the board. 52-244. So good for him. Daniel Falkingham went up to 7th. Out of turn 4, here comes Trey. And at number 5 truck, looking for the start-finish line. He's got about 6 seconds to make it. Shouldn't be a problem in making that as he crosses the start-finish line with a second to spare. And that's going to be good enough for P number 8. So he will start in duel number 2 as we get set for duel number 1. Did you finally load in, by the way? Derek? Good talk, bro. Always count on you talking. Don't know what he's doing, but it is what it is. So it looks like... Oh, this is weird. Is this just one race with this many cars? Anyway, so it looks like 36 cars are in this one. Tommy Ryan on the pole. Wow. All right, so here we get ready to go live from Daytona International Speedway. It looks like Tommy Ryan will start on the pole. I was trying to see 36 cars. That makes sense for Heat Race 1? I don't know. I guess so. Well, either way, we're ready to roll here from Daytona in just a moment. What do you guys think of the new pace car? And one thing we do here at iRacing, one thing we do here on track, so we actually got the 360 cam. You guys can see that right here on your screen right now. But what do you guys think of this new pace car? The new iRacing pace car that just came out. I'm actually a fan of it. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hit or miss on that, but there you go. There's your look at it. Well, I like it. All right, so we're going to have to roll out here and get this one underway here momentarily. As you see the field about to roll off here from Daytona. $30 laps here in heat race number 1. And I'm showing literally 36 cars or trucks in this one, which don't know how accurate that is. I thought there was only supposed to be half of what we've seen. We got somebody stalling here on pit road at 23. Rolling now, but he will get ready to go. As the trucks work off the field, or off the pit road. And we get set to bring the field to the green here at Daytona International Raceway. And excuse Derek, by the way, he's having a little bit of trouble connecting, so he's lagging a little bit, so that's okay though. As we get set to go green flag here from Daytona. Working on the backstretch. 30 laps are scheduled here tonight. The number 99, Tommy Ryan, alongside the 23 of Josh Parker, will be rolled off alongside him, followed by the 39 of Daniel Falkingham will be right there behind the 99, and then E.J. O'Rourke will be up on the high side. And actually, it's Trey Edison up in the high side that I see. In fourth. So here we go. Green flag set to come out for the Sim 500 snapmobile.com Truck Series race. We wait for the green flag to wave as the field comes to the green flag. Green flag is out. The duel, number 1, underway. They work off into the travel now, looking at turn 1, heading full speed into turn 1. It's going to take a lap or so to get these trucks completely up to full speed. Right now, side by side, as Tommy Ryan and Josh Parker. Tommy right now able to clear that 23. Of course, actually looking right now, more help on that high side. You should see this high side get a big push here. Watch for that 23 of Josh Parker to be able to take this lead. Yeah, he does with the help of Trey to the inside. The 23 drops, and new leader coming out of into turn 3. We'll see if that holds. Coming to the start finish line. Can Josh Parker lead the first lap here of the Daytona Dual race number 1? I believe this is the only duel that we have, by the way. I will have to clarify that momentarily, but Josh does lead that first lap. For you guys that are curious about what it looks like, the ride on board inside the Daytona racetrack here on iRacing, there you go. Riding on board with Joey in the number 14 truck. Only one heat race, by the way, tonight. So we'll ride on board with Joey here for a moment and give you guys an idea of what it looks on board with him. As you look at the speed, 184, 85 miles an hour in turn 4. Right behind that Bucky's number 74 truck. We don't have a Bucky's down here, but I've heard a lot about them. To the start finish line. Looks like we may be looking at a third lane here as well. Yep, we are looking at a third lane here already. Right up in front of him. Who is that up on that high side there? You see it. Look at this number 10 truck. This is probably not going to go well, but that is Richard Beasley. Never mind. Boy, you want a 3 wide. We got it here at Daytona. Out of turn 2. Derek Pemberton will be happy right now seeing this. I know he's lagging a little bit and having some connection issues. But I'm sure he's happy seeing it. As you still look at 3 wide up front, Jose Gonzalez going to the lead. The 26 drops to the inside. Boy, when we was talking about earlier about that third lane really coming out, it did in a hurry. As you see this field, still 3 wide here coming to the start-finish line. With the number 30 now of Brian Macklin up on the high side being pushed by that 10 truck of Richard Beasley. Oh, there they go. Big trouble into one. The entire field is going to feel the wrath of this one. Multiple cars upside down. And more to follow suit as you see. Welcome to Daytona. Welcome to season. Back here to the season, should I say, as we get a look at our first instant replay sponsored by ATVO. As you look high from above the racetrack, multiple cars involved. I can't even tell you how many. I don't even really know who made it out, to be completely honest. I mean, there is people just slaughtered into this one. I'm trying to see what happened to the 14 as well. Was he involved? I'm not quite sure if he was involved, but looks like he may have been. We're going to try to ride on board a little bit there, but I'm going to be honest. For as bad as what that looked behind him, wasn't too bad for him. We're going to check his damage just because, why not? A little bit of damage there, but he'll get that worked out, it looks like. So there you go. Big wreck here in the first race, or first couple laps of this new campaign. There's Daniel Falkingham. He did make it through it, but you see some damage on that first rate bait number 39. Tommy Ryan, a little bit of damage. The 5 of Trey Edison did get some. Robert Gillenwater, Mike Kelly. Kelly actually front end looks good, but the back end not so much. Richard Beasley, we've seen him work the high side. And there's the poor Bucky's truck. I mean, there is damage all throughout this field. A lot of guys are going to come down pit road, I would guess, from the very top of the field to the very back of the field on this one. And we'll watch race off pit lane. There comes some cars. Somebody missed their pit box there, it seems. So I'll keep driving through. We see a lot of cars actually still sitting here. A lot of damage being repaired, so this is going to actually give the lead over to the 84. Well, it shows the lead was at the 84's hands, but there you see Michael Caglione, and he's got some damage. So who is actually in the lead at the moment? Nobody really knows. We have to wait to catch up. But it might be Mike Kelly in the 2 truck that you see. We've seen the back end damage on him. I think he actually missed his pit box. Yeah, he actually did not stop at his pit box, so. So we'll line them up here in a moment and do it again. I don't really know how many trucks was in that one, but that was a wild one. All right, pace lights are off, so we'll get ready to double up and get ready to go back green. Let me know in the chat, by the way, who you guys are pulling for. Do you have a favorite to go and win this championship? So that's the thing, like, I don't know a lot about some of these guys, so it's taking me a little bit to get used to them. But I'll learn, and I'll give my pick next week who I think could win the championship. And before I even say it, it won't be Tommy Ryan, even though I like him, and I hope he does well, because he is actually a really good racer in my eyes, really good road racer as well. But I can't pick him just for that reason. Next week's race, by the way, at Daytona will be 100 laps. Then, of course, like I said, we go to Atlanta, Bristol, Dover, and Las Vegas. That is your first 5 races of the season all the way up to April 21st. And we do have our first off week on April 28th. So, there you go. Pace car ready to drop in. Get this one back under green flag here momentarily. There goes the pace car. Green flag set to come out. Green flag wave, says the flag man. We're back to racing, and it is time that we like to do something called Turn It Up. Here at Daytona International Raceway, you guys crank up your speakers and enjoy. Wait, we got one spinning. Not sure if a yellow is going to come out with that or not. But we will be quiet and let you guys enjoy this. All right, back here at Daytona, watching down onto the racetrack, looking at the number 3 of Jeff Ryan in that iRacing Chevrolet Silverado. You see him on the bottom side as we go 3 wide underneath the 23. Josh Parker, he's going to try to find a spot to fall in line. There you go. As Jeff does move up in front of him. Robert Gillenwater on top of the board right now. Here comes the 14. Joey up on the outside, trying to lead the lap here at Daytona. Not able to get it that time, but does have the help of the 83 of Jason Brom. Looking to the end, or not looking to the inside, looking for that back bumper of that 14. It's going to be tough for his 39 to get up on that bumper. Oh, he's hard into the wall. This may lead to more contact. There we go. Big trouble. And the 3 of Jeff Ryan is involved. Will we see a yellow from this? No, we might. We got a car slow. Yes, yellow does come out for the second time. It looks like the 39 of Daniel Falkingham may have been the one that kind of got this one going. Let's see. Did he have help? It looked like really netco, to be completely honest. Let's look at this from above. I don't know. That's just weird. You guys can be the judge of that one, and you wouldn't be wrong. Backs that truck hard into the wall. Luckily, everybody in here will make the field guaranteed for next week. But one thing about this league, too, there's a lot of new guys that haven't raced with each other. So, you know, it's a little bit of learning for some guys that get used to running with each other. Trust me, the cautions will die down as the season goes on. That's just normal stuff that happens. Although I was looking at the league earlier, And I've been so impressed when I was actually looking at this league. Just the amount of starts that some people have had here. One guy I seen had 700 starts. Real fast, guys, I was talking to you earlier about snapmobile.com. Once again, check out snapmobile.com. They are wireless zone commitment. Mobile technology is more than a way to communicate, making it easy in our daily lives. And I'll be completely honest when I read this. I'm not much of a cell phone guy, but I will be honest, they are very awesome to have, and it does suck if your service kind of fails. So make sure you do check them out at Wireless Zone. They're dedicated to help finding the right device for you, your family, and your business and your lifestyle. Their stores offer competitive prices for today's popular smartphones, devices, and accessories with their award customer service, which is actually a big deal. My cell phone company, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say it, I feel like they're not the smartest people. And that's probably a wrong thing to say. Like, I'm sure they're smarter than me with it, but half the time I have no idea what they're talking about, and they're just lost at times too. But anyway, check out snapmobile.com. They do seem like a really good place. Of course, it is partnered with the Verizon network, so that's always a great thing as well. Verizon has some good towers. So we are about set to double back up here with the 4 of Robert Gillenwater up on the front row still in that number 4 truck, JDRF, which is the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Always been a big supporter of them. They won't continue to be. Guys, sorry about Derek's connection. He's having some connection issues. He's got a crappy computer. Luckily, his new one's on the way. So there is that, which is good. Get ready to double back up here as the 41. Going to look to the outside and put EJ Rourke at second at the moment. We are already 13 laps into this one. Makes it 14 laps. Once we get back around and get ready to go back green. Looking over here at the live timing right now, a lot of cars have gotten damage in this one. Actually, we only got 24. Actually, make that less than that. 21 cars right now on the lead lap, and that is Chris back there in the 7 truck, and unfortunately he's got some damage as well. You guys can see the hard contact he's got in a Snap-on Chevrolet, and there's Scott as well. A lot of damaged trucks in this race, so a lot of these trucks are not going to be able to keep up with speed, unfortunately. Thing is, some of them will be, even with damage, but like my personal opinion so far, in this race for next week, I either want to start really even up front. Kind of scares me what happened earlier, but up front or dead last, and just ride around for a little bit, let things happen, and get out of the way, and then go about your business. All right, so we're going to ride on board the Toyota Tundra of Josh Parker with our 360 cam as we get set to go back green flag racing here once again. As we wait. Green flag back out in the air, and like I said, we do got the 360 camera here, so one cool thing we can do is actually look over and behind us and all that stuff. You see right behind him is the 36. That is Rich right there in that red and yellow Chevrolet. The 84 getting a big run. It's Anthony Calaponi. Jersey Cigar Lounge. A little bit of a checkup here in that bottom row. You hear him letting off the gas, and you also see the outside lane In a big run, there's a 74. And that 07 Toyota Care, Dory Woods, even with that front end damage, don't talk him. And you see up front, here we go. Once again, 3 wide, 1 car in the wall. That is the 15 dropping back. Big wreck here again at Daytona. Caution flag comes out once again. And that is Ralph Vander, who actually was on really well earlier. And they went 4 wide, and well, that don't happen here. From the stands, there you go. One more look at it. We'll zoom in a little bit closer to see if we can actually see what happened more. I know he tried to go underneath somebody. It wasn't a lap car, I don't think. Oh, somebody else got the wall. Yeah, 15 got the wall right there. And it just closed in. Does look like it was a 2-car wreck between Ralph and the 15 John Mustang in the Ford F-150. So that brings out caution number 3 here on the night so far. As we get set to hopefully go back green here shortly. So I usually ask this with every new league, and I usually ask it for a couple of weeks at first, just in case we get new viewers and stuff. But I'm always curious about what people's favorite track would be. I've always been a question of that. So let me know. I think my favorite track, just because I've won there a lot, is Kansas. But that's kind of changed a lot. Well, no, I was sitting here thinking about what my favorite track might be. I don't really know. All right, let's do some work. Once again, coming back to the start-finish line, I believe we should get ready to double up this time. Not quite sure, but we'll wait and see. And I believe Derek's back in here.
You know, sometimes, Chapman, this new computer cannot get fast enough.
I was actually talking about that a few moments ago.
Yeah. So this is the only heat race, is what it's looking like.
Yes,
or the only dual.
Race, yeah. Yeah, they didn't have enough, which I always thought it was split into 2 if they didn't have enough.
They would split the 2 and then take, then they would adjust the feature.
Yeah, but yeah, it is only one. So Derek comes in at the halfway point as usual.
Yep. Well, hey, this is the excitement part now, so gotta have the excitement now. But I believe the lights are out. We're getting ready to go green.
Yep. Double back up once again. Been a wild race though. A lot of aggressive going on for a dual race, which is kind of to be expected. Like, you really don't have no points on the line, so if you're going to be aggressive,
well, especially with knowing that as many people are going to make the race,
Yeah.
especially if you know that you're making that race. Um, you can try things. I mean, this is honestly your chance to try, some moves that you wouldn't try because I mean, if you just start at the back, you still got a chance to move up through the field. So,
True. That's very true. What is your favorite racetrack, Derek, on iRacing? I think I kind of got an idea already. I know you love to play races, but what is your favorite racetrack? I was talking about that a minute ago.
like to race or to broadcast?
Yeah, the race.
I don't think I really have one.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It used to be Kansas, but they kind of changed the way the trucks drive, and I'm not a biggest fan of it anymore.
I hate all the tracks evenly. So.
There ain't no racism here.
Nope.
No, I don't.
I hate them all equally.
I don't really know. What's your favorite? Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. Sure, go back to What's your favorite race to broadcast?
Daytona and Talladega.
I figured. Bring us to the green.
And pace truck or car is down, and we are green flag, and we are back to racing here at Daytona. And that outside lane already, Chapman, looks much better formed up than that inside lane.
Did you get to see when they went 3 wide, about 4 rows deep, 5 rows deep?
Nope, missed it all.
Pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. It did lead to literally the.
Well, we may be getting ready to shoot that 23. He looked right away, looked to go to the outside. He's right there, Chapman. That's how I know that this is definitely the new package. Because look how quickly that third truck sucked up on that outside lane.
Yeah, earlier when they went 3 wide, that outside lane went straight to the front. I mean, they was like.
They will if they got someone who can lead that line. That outside, that third lane will go somewhere. And right now, that outside lane is better developed. But, well, actually, Chapman, here comes a truck trying that third lane all by himself. 23 once again looking. We may even be getting ready to go 4 wide, I think, back there for just a hair of a second. But I believe the 2 car led that lap, or the 2 truck did.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. So we'll see if he's able to get a big run here off turn 2. That Verizon number 2 truck of Mike Kelly.
Right, this 23, he's been looking to go to that third lane a couple of times now. I don't know if maybe there's just a lot of wind on the racetrack, or if he's just actually thinking about going up there. Right there again, he goes for some reason to.
No, he don't. He don't.
Huh. He don't go. That is weird. And that 2 moved up to go to that, I guess, to block the third lane. Look at how much time they just lost because of that.
He's doing that just to keep the note. No, he's
not.
Well, yep.
Here we go. I mean, you got to think, we're inside of 10. We just now hit 10 to go. It's starting to come down to crunch time. And, now is when you start to figure out your moves here. And right here, this is going to take a lot of, I don't want to say patience on the middle lane, but it's definitely, the middle lane can make or break this third lane. As right there, you see a block being put on there by that Verizon truck, the 2 of Mike Kelly. They're 3 wide, several rows deep.
We got a lap car coming.
Well, that lap car better hit pit road, do something.
Yeah.
But right now, the 14 trying to take over that second lane. We are 3. Oh, here we go. 41's being left out to dry.
It's about to happen. Oh, what do they do?
Lap car just needs to hit the apron, get out of the way.
Oh, yeah, they caught him at a good spot.
As here we are, 3 wide. 4 rows deep right now. That third lane, look at that. 23 is almost, he's definitely cleared the 2, has almost cleared the leader.
This is awesome to watch, man. I love when they go 3 wide, especially if they do it for a few laps. Oh!
No, there we go. 2 car, Mike Kelly sent it around.
Caution may not come out in this.
No, they are still racing. We are still green. It's only the 2 truck. Everyone else keeps it green. As look who benefits the most out of that, Chapman. It will be that 23 going to that third lane. He will now lead the field, and honestly, now I don't know if I want to be leading right now at this stage.
Yeah, everybody gets single file behind the 23. I don't know, man. I kind of like.
Well, if I'm the 5 or the 83 here is in the perfect spot right here. Really, more the 5, because the 5 can either set the 23 up for success or failure.
He apparently won the championship last year, so I'm guessing he probably won the race as well. Why not start this one off with the win?
Well, I mean, that's how you start off a good season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how, winning the duel and then winning, potentially trying to win the Daytona race. But here we are coming to 7 laps to go, and we are single file throughout most of this front pack.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to stay single file too long. I know we got one car looking out there now, but I think something's about to pop off. We'll start seeing some people move up because now we got 3 trucks working the outside.
And I guarantee you, if that lead truck, this sounds really bad whenever I say it, knows what he's doing, they can get up to well, never mind. They're going to the 3rd lane.
Yeah, I noticed that too, which is actually very surprising.
I'm surprised that 83 truck with damage to his wing is actually hanging on in that 3rd position.
Yeah, now he looks to the outside.
Well, with him having damage to the rear of the truck, he might be... Right? Actually, no, he's got damage to the front. They may try to go to the 3rd lane here and shuffle this 83 because normally that lane will not go anywhere unless he really starts side drafting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when he gets completely out. Like, he'll be able to pull up beside this 23, but once that air really
I don't think he's going to be...
Yeah, once the air hits his nose, it kind of makes me wonder, will that stall? I mean, you kind of see it right there. It already has.
Yeah, it's really not going to benefit them keeping this 83 in the front. And if I was 83 and I knew I had that damage, I would not have made my move until the 2 to go or white flag lap.
Yeah.
But here, a lot of moving around, I've noticed, really, though. A lot of moving around on the straightaways here. But, right now, Chapman looks like the outside lane does have more trucks, but I do believe that lead truck is what is causing,
it's like stalling. Once he gets so far up, the air gets planted on the nose.
Don't be surprised here if we see a 3rd lane get formed to shuffle here. Unless that 83 and 84 are teammates.
They're looking.
Someone's going to be getting ready to make that move here in a few laps time because we're at 5 to go. And honestly, if you're about the 4th car in this line, you're kind of, I don't want to say sitting there, but really, you really have no effect on the leader, and you're trying to get up to the front right now. So, like this 36 and 4 right now, they can honestly make a move and get to the front here if they make this move at the right time, which it looks like they've been trying to set up for the last couple of laps. But this 23, it looks pretty good here on the bottom.
Yeah, I kind of like the way this 5 is as well, kind of where he's at. Because, I mean, it looks like the 83 can push. I mean, he was right in line. Pretty solid.
Well, with that damage, he can push, but he just cannot lead, and that's going to be... well, actually, here they come. They're looking like they're getting a small run here on the outside.
Watch for a stall to happen right here, though. And, I mean, we know he's going to fall back.
84 might end up turning him because he's having to push him so hard.
Honestly, dude,
but
he may have a chance right here. He's going to have a big run.
I might want to watch out. He might be blowing up is what I'm hearing over the radio. He might be getting ready to blow up here.
With that 44 pushing right now, or is it 44 on his back?
Yeah.
94.
Either way, he got lucky that the 94 backed off. Because honestly, the 94, if he wanted to be, I don't want to say a troll master, but if he honestly wanted to do something here, he could have forced that 5 to keep pushing. And either the 5's going to have to lift and take the chance of getting ran over, or there's a lot of things, but I don't see how much longer these guys are going to be able to hang behind this 83 because I think the 83 is the problem why this lane isn't going. And look at that, 14 trying to go to the 3rd lane. See if he can. Yeah, I mean, what do you got to lose right now? What are you going to do, go backwards? I mean, you're already at the back, and nobody goes with him. I don't see that happening too much longer here as we're coming to 2 laps to go. We're about 2.5 laps away from the checkered flag. I do not see 2 lanes staying. And there goes the 4. 4 goes to the top lane with the 14.
Move right there. I like when he moves.
They're going to have to try. Yeah, now the 84, if he can get up out of 3, he might have a chance here to slingshot around the 83. But right now, this 3rd lane has, if they can just stay tucked up and formed up and they can side draft a little bit on this middle lane, they should be able to pull out, or not pull out, but be able to pull back and at least try to get a run because right now that middle lane is slowly starting to fade out since all these trucks jumped up to the top lane.
Yeah, it's really working for that inside lane. Here comes the 4. I just noticed the 4's got a little bit of damage as well. Don't think that's really affecting too much, but
Not as much as what the 83
yeah,
is.
man, they're just not getting a big run up on that third lane.
This 94 might be. Oh, I thought he just sent the 5.
Yeah,
Here we go. Chapman coming through 3 and 4, coming to the white flag. This 83 is starting to make a little bit of a run back in this middle lane here.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he gets clear, he's got to take it.
Yeah, now. Well, it looks like this third lane might be getting ready to pick up another driver, but honestly, they cannot take that no more. But white flag is in the air. One more lap around here at Daytona.
Here we go. Third lane's coming. 36.
36, I think, waited too long to make this move. It takes this third lane about a lap or so to get all the way up to speed. You're not going to make anything happen there unless he really gets out and starts side drafting here. But he has to get all the way up to the leader. Here comes the 5. He made a late move, but he's actually going to take the lead. Yeah. And they're wrecking.
Oh, no, not over.
Here's the deal. This is not over. This is not well, it might be
not
over.
Not over. It's a 2-car race, 84-5.
Here's the deal. The 84 will have the advantage over the 5. The question is, though, is he going to be able to get there in time? Coming out of 4, he's there. Is he going to make a move?
Don't look like he's going to.
He'd have to make it now. I don't think he is in the 5. Yep. He's going to pick up the win.
Last year, started this season off with the win. If you're everybody else, you just put your hands or head right in your hands because don't think that's what you wanted to do to give that guy a win.
Try and back this up here and see what had happened here on this white flag lap.
'94, it looks like moved.
94 came up trying to follow the 5, and really.
Oh, hard hit right there for the 4.
Wow. So really, the 84 looked like he was going to go with the 83. Then came back to the middle lane. Really in no man's land, and then I don't think the 94 was expecting him to be there. He probably thought that he was up with the 83. And you got to think, I mean, one person would have got through there. I think that 5 may have been a sitting duck there.
We're going to try to talk to Trey as... Okay, we're trying to talk to Trey. The race is over, by the way. It's showing like 3 laps. We're going to try to talk to him real quick and get his thoughts if he's actually in here. I don't know if he's actually in here. I know not a lot of people's in here tonight because of, it's not the main night. But Derek, overall thoughts on the race, man? I mean, you got to give it to Trey for the win. Going to be starting up.
And honestly, it's good to see though that the third lane is there. Yeah, this is going to sound, once again, really bad. You got to have someone who knows how to run the third lane, I think, be in the third lane to help out with that because the 36 made that late move up to the third lane there. I think if he would have made that move 2 laps prior, we may have seen a different outcome to this race, and the 5 wouldn't have been able to get all the way out there to be able to make that move and potentially have a chance of winning this race.
Who actually got
but with him making
and third on that?
I know it will be Trey Edison, Anthony Cataluna, and Richard Beasley. So that is your top 3.
Okay, we're going to try to interview the pole sitter and talk to him for the race. Just give it just a moment. We'll talk. So Tyler Dalton is the pole sitter. We're going to talk to Tyler right now, and we'll talk to him. Tyler Dalton is going to be sitting on the pole. He won the actual pole for the qualifying. So. Talk to him right now. Tyler Dalton, it's Adam and Derek up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I got you.
P1, man, starting next week at Daytona. You went through the nights race, learned a little bit, it looks like, possibly for next week's race, but what can you tell us? Going to be starting up front, which is always important at Daytona.
Well, I didn't get to learn anything, really, because the front row didn't get to race the duel here, but I did a good bit of qualifying practice because I knew the front row was going to be locked in, and it was nice to start the season off on the pole. Got the 7500 truck on the pole. It's always nice to be representing the league. So
we know Daytona's a crapshoot as well, especially when it comes to racing trucks here. Talk about, it looks like the draft has changed a little bit in these things. They move around a lot more.
In my experience, the trucks always seem to move around a good bit here. I haven't really changed the draft that much. from a little bit of experience I've done in the draft. But yeah, Daytona is always a crapshoot. That's why I focus a lot on qualifying, just because, in my opinion, it's better to be in front of the wreck than behind it.
For sure on that one, man. Hey, good job tonight, dude. Congratulations on the pole. Go see if you can get them next week. You want to give a shout out or anything?
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to Joey Gattina and everyone at Sim 500 for sponsoring the truck. I think all of them that they do for the league. We put on a good show here almost every night of the week. So if you're interested in a good league, come out and join us.
Hey, good job tonight, man. All right, next up, I want to interview Chad Coleman, who will be starting second next week at Daytona. Qualified second for this race next week. Same time next week, guys. But Chad, it's Adam and Derek up at the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Starting P2 next week at Daytona, man, in a field that is full of really good, talented drivers. What's it going to take to get it done next week? You're going to be starting up front.
After watching that qualifying race, we just
For sure on that one, man. One of the things I always talk about at Daytona, guys going 3 wide, of course, always a big factor, especially at Daytona where the track's a little bit more narrow than Talladega and pit stops. I know you're starting up front, but does that worry you a little bit as well?
yeah, to a point. I mean, most of the guys in here are pretty good at doing what we're doing. But you do have some guys you have to worry about. So, I mean, you kind of race everybody accordingly.
What's it going to take to be able to get it done next week, you think?
With Daytona, a little bit of luck, being in the right spot at the right time.
For sure on that one. Hey, any shout-outs you want to give out here tonight, man?
I got to thank Trey Edson for painting this truck. He's been painting all my stuff lately. He done a great job on this one, so right now he's the only one I got to thank for this deal.
For sure on that one.
Of course, anybody has anything to do with the league, with the Snap Mobile and everything coming on board for this year, it's good to see new sponsors coming into Sim 500.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight on qualifying. Good luck next week. We'll talk to you then.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, I want to talk to Trey Edison, who does win the Daytona Dual Race #1. That was a fun one to watch, Trey. You was the championship winner for the last 2 years. You probably got these guys already thinking it could happen again, getting it done in the duel as well. But what's it going to take to be able to get it done here in the main race next week?
I think you kind of saw all of that unfold tonight. Just kind of survive, and then just try to wait as long as you can to make the move, because the leader's kind of a sitting duck. So I got clear of the first car on the outside lane, and it wasn't by much, but my water and oil were blinking, so I knew I had to make a move right there, or I would have been boxed in and just kind of pushed Josh to the end. Or looking back, I would have been in the wreck.
Usually I would wait till next week to ask you this, but of course I mentioned that you're a 2-time champion, back-to-back in the Truck Series. Coming here with a little bit of a bounty, I would say, on your head. A lot of good guys from looking over here at my lifetime, a lot of good drivers in here. What's it going to take to be able to make this a three-peat?
Well, I don't know if I'm full-time yet.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to commit to it for a third straight season. It just kind of see how things go.
Understand.
But I mean, the last few years, last year it felt like it was me, Daniel, and Fuller, Daniel Falkingham, and Justin Fuller pretty much every week, and it came down to that at Phoenix for the championship race. So, it's you just gotta kind of just when you get to the playoffs, you just gotta kind of take care of your truck and make sure you can go round to round, and you don't have that huge DNF that puts you in a hole. So. Been lucky to seem to win a bunch of races the last few years. I don't know why the truck and me seem to fit, but we do. I don't even really enjoy driving it that much since they changed it a few years ago with the engine package and stuff. Yeah, exactly. But once they went to that, once the Ilmore engine happened in real life, and then it came over to the sim, and we got like I don't know if it's less power or the gear rule or what, but the trucks are just kind of they just don't have any get up. So I don't like it, but I seem to be good at it. So I don't know how that works.
Definitely understandable.
Yeah.
Man, go get it done next week, dude. Congratulations on winning tonight's race. You want to give a shout out before we let you get out of here?
Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. I don't have any sponsors on the quarter panels this year. I had Kick-Ass Beef Jerky and Jason Barham for the last 2 years. So, but I don't know if word got to him that I wasn't full time or what happened. But we didn't really talk about 2021. So, the truck's blank. So we'll leave it that way until somebody wants to come along and put something on it. But thanks to you guys. Thanks to Joey and I think Tyler Dalton's the admin of the series this year. So. Really all the admins at Sim 500, all the sponsors. So looking forward to it. Don't know how many I'm going to run. I was looking at the schedule. I was thinking like 10 to 15 races. It's really a cookie cutter mile-and-a-half loaded schedule and the draft package with these trucks.
And the Bristol
I might run that one because I don't know if I want to run the Daytona type draft pack thing every week. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I get to talk to you guys next week.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, buddy. All right. Do we want to interview Calatoni?
I'm about to say, you're the one that does all the interviews anyway.
He finished second, correct, in that dual race?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I already logged out.
I'm going to feel stupid if I bring him in. He actually finished second. I can't remember. You know what? We'll just we'll grab him next week.
Here, we'll know next week.
We'll know
next week. We'll bring him in next week if that's the case.
All right. Thoughts on the race there, Derek? I know that you didn't get to see the first half, but
yeah, well, the second half seemed like it was quite fun. These guys were pretty. I don't know the exact word, but I mean, a couple of them did mention that this new aero package is making a difference, and it's like the trucks are different. Yeah, we've seen it. So it's gonna be interesting next week when everything's on the line. Then we may not see as crazy of moves as what you've probably seen tonight, but do expect though for some pretty interesting things to happen next week.
I agree. All right, guys, that'll do it for us. Once again, thank you to snapmobile.com. I have to figure out a better way to blast him. But anyway.
That would be nice, yeah.
Red Sox Race League tomorrow. We'll be live from Nürburgring GP Circuit. Got a special little thing we're going to do there. Joe Burchett will be with me, I think, in a booth for that one. I think. But we'll be there. You guys have